Good day. How is everyone today? Greetings. Take my glasses off so I can see. That doesn't make sense, but that's the way it is. Hello, Maria and Denise and CJ. We do not have company yet. Sister Jeannie and Rebecca are going to be here this evening. They decided to take it a little bit easy, which I'm glad they did. So they'll arrive here unofficially tonight sometime. Today is, what is today? Today is June 5th. Oh, and I have another birthday today. My son Gregory. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned Adam's birthday on June 2nd. So happy birthday, Gregory. In my house, there's probably usually one or two a month. Since there are 10 of them, in case anybody didn't know. So it's June 5th, 2024, and it is a Wednesday. So let's get started with morning prayers. And we're getting the end of the degrees. We'll talk about, we're getting close to the transforming union and what that is like with St. John of the Cross. And we'll also look at, if we have time, we'll see how it goes, another aspect of the Catholic monarchy. One thing I was glancing at, I was checking my messages this morning, was an ad for Tartaria, or not an ad, but a group or whatever they are. And if anybody hasn't heard of them, it's like this ancient land, and I don't think it's that ancient. But I had a thought that it was very advanced, and yet the photography wasn't as advanced as it is today. Although we don't know that. There's so many confusing things in history, but you could see in some of the pictures, if they were real, there was a lot of things a couple hundred years ago that we were told never existed. And it seemed like a happier time anyway. And I'm guessing that it was prior to La Salette and the times where they were, or could have been at that shift point. But I have a feeling that it was happy because it was more Catholic. And but they were running their roots, if you will, and struggling with the God of technology, and that's a concern for the soul, in that it gets nice to have all this technology because it makes things in life easier. However, it increases the temptations. So it's a balance. All right, let's get started and with morning prayers. In nomine Dei, Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Let us place ourselves in the presence of the Trinitarian Theophany, and in Catholic contemplation humbly adore the Divine Family. Most holy and venerable Trinitarian Theophany, one divine family, I believe that thou art here present. I venerate thee with the deepest humility. I render to thee with my whole heart the homage which is due to thee. O Trinitarian Theophany, relying on thine infinite goodness and promises, I hope to obtain the pardon of my sins, the help of thy grace, and life everlasting. through the merits of Deum Iesum Christum et Dea Matronam Nostrae. O Trinitarian Theophany, I love thee above all things with my whole heart and soul, because thou art all good and worthy of all love. I love my neighbor as myself for love of thee, and I forgive all who have injured me, and ask pardon of all whom I have injured. Let us thank the Trinitarian Theophany for the many graces that we receive, and offer ourselves and our sufferings up to heaven. O Trinitarian Theophany, I most humbly thank thee for all the favors thou hast bestowed upon me to the present moment. It is again thanks to thy bounty that I should live to see this day, and I desire to employ it solely in thy service. I consecrate to thee all my thoughts, words, actions, and sufferings of this day. Sanctify them, that there may be none that is not animated by thy love, or that would not tend to thy greater glory. Let us make a firm resolution to avoid evil and to do good, and let us beg of the Trinitarian Theophany the graces which are necessary to us. O Trinitarian Theophany, thou knowest my weakness, and that I am unable to do anything good without the help of thy grace. Deny me not thy grace, proportionate to my necessities. Give me strength to avoid everything which thou forbiddest, to practice the good which thou hast commanded, and enable me patiently to bear all the trials which it may please thee to send me. O Dea Matronam Nostrae, I place myself under thy protection. I throw myself with confidence into the arms of thy compassion. Be to me, O Mother of Mercy, my refuge in distress, my consolation in suffering, now and at the hour of my death. O most holy Trinitarian Theophany, Dea Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, I am heartily sorry for having offended thee, and I detest all my sins, because I dread the loss of heaven and the pains of hell, but most of all because I have offended thee, O most holy Trinitarian Theophany. Dea Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, who are all good and deserving of all my love. I firmly resolve, with the help of thy grace, to confess my sins, to do penance, and to amend my life. The eighth grade of love makes the soul to seize upon and press the Trinitarian Theophany in her arms, never loosening her grasp, according to what the bride says after the following manner: In veni quam diligit anima mea, tenui eum nec dimitam. I found him who loves my heart and life. I held him, and I will not lose him. In this grade of love, the soul satisfies her desire, but not without intermission. For some place their foot on this rung and then withdraw it. For were it otherwise, and they remained in this grade, they would enter into the possession of a certain glory even in this life, and therefore the soul spends but a short space therein. From this grade proceeds the ninth, which belongs to those who have reached perfection, as we shall say. The ninth degree of love makes the soul to burn with exceeding softness. I'm going to use the word glow instead of burn. This degree is the state of the perfect, who at last glow sweetly in the Trinitarian Theophany. For this soft and delicious glowing and ardor is caused in them by Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, by reason of the union they have with the Trinitarian Theophany. No man may speak of the gifts and riches of the Trinitarian Theophany, which the soul enjoys in this grade. For if many books were multiplied concerning it, the greater part would still be left unsaid. Whereof I say no more, save that from this follows the 10th, and last grade of this ladder of love, which no longer pertains to this life. The 10th and last grade of this ladder of love makes the soul to be entirely assimilated to the Trinitarian Theophany by reason of the lucid vision of the Trinitarian Theophany, which she then possesses, for having even in this life arrived at the 9th grade or degree, she leaves the flesh. And in the case of these, for they are few, love is wont to accomplish, having thoroughly purged and scourged them in this life, what on others purgatory effects in the next. For so, this insight is the cause of the entire similitude of the soul with the Trinitarian Theophany, where all that constitutes the soul shall be like to the Trinitarian Theophany, for which reason she shall be called and shall be the Trinitarian Theophany by participation. This is the secret staircase the soul speaks of here, although already in these higher grades it is far from being secret from her, for much is revealed to her by love in the great effects it works upon her. But on this last grade of clear vision, which is the last rung of the ladder, which rests on the Trinitarian Theophany, as we have said, no longer is there anything hidden from the soul by reason of her total assimilation. Whence Dame Jesum Christum says, Et in illo die me non rogabitis quidquam. In that day thou shalt inquire of me nothing, for until that day, to whatever heights the soul may soar, somewhat remains hidden from her, and in like proportion to that which still lacks of absolute assimilation with the divine essence. In this way, by this mystical theology and secret love, doth the soul go, going forth from all things and from herself, and mounting to the Trinitarian Theophany. For love is like to a glow, which ever leaps forward with desire to be engulfed in the center of its sphere. We'll stop there, and we'll talk to, I think, let's see how many more we got. Oh, there's still quite a bit of commenting. Okay, but tomorrow will be wherein the meaning of this word disguised and the masquerading colors of the soul in this night are declared and displayed. Okay. Honest money. A Catholic state is subject to have honest weights and measures. Okay, that would be natural law. Money properly serves both as a standard of value and as a convenient medium of exchange. Honest money facilitates the fair and transparent exchange of goods. Let's see. Gold and silver are the usual forms of money throughout history. This is what they're saying. And several millennia of recorded history provide evidence that this was true from the dawn of history right up until 1971. Interesting. When U.S. President Nixon finally severed any connection between modern fiat currencies and precious metals. Now, there is evidence of other civilizations not using gold and silver, but for times. But as a general princess of sound, honest money, it's been gold and silver. In Russian sunrise, the Catholic government immediately reinstates precious metal coins. And what they mean by Russian sunrise is after the consecration of Russia. The Catholic government immediately reinstates precious metal coins as a circulating currency. Paper notes representing gold on deposit in the federal treasury serve as a convenient alternative for handling larger sums. There would be no need for a central bank in such a system, only a treasury for the deposit of precious metals reserves, which would be publicly audited on an annual basis. Okay, so that's the way we think of money, and some, even to this day, believe that there's actual substance behind the US dollar, like gold or silver. I actually have I think it's a $1 or $2, I forget what it was, a paper note, and it was called a silver certificate. And it says right on there that you could turn this into the bank and get 1 ounce of silver in exchange to the bearer. Whoever brings it in could get 1 ounce silver. I wish that were the case today. I'd bring it down there and get one, because I like to every, like once a month, buy one little silver coin, and I just paid $40 for a single 1 ounce coin. I mean, you can get better pricing if you, but this is convenient. It's shipping and everything. So that tells you how poorly our system of money is at this point. It is worthless. But it's not worth less. It is worth less. It's not worthless yet. But it is satanic. There's connections to the occult and things like that. But that's another topic. All right, let's take a breath here and get ready, and we'll have Mass. By the way, we're up to almost 300 subscribers. And again, I'm looking more for quantity than quality. And it appears that we are getting that. And I do enjoy that. Because there are good people who are being called right now by the Trinitarian Theophany to get to know each other. And even though if power goes out sometime and we are not able to see each other, the seed has been planted. So make sure your home altars are set up, and we'll figure out another way of communication. Deum vobiscum, quoque apote. Oremus. O Trinitarian Theophany, the Creator and Redeemer of all the faithful, grant to the souls of thy servants and handmaids the remission of all their sins, that they may obtain by loving prayers the forgiveness which they have always desired, who livest and reignest with thee, one Trinitarian Theophany, forever and ever. Suscipe Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, hanc immaculatum hostiam, quam ego indignus famulus tuus afferitibi Deum meum vivum et verum, pro innumerabilibus peccatis et offensionibus, et negligentiis meis et pro omnibus circumstantibus, sed pro omnibus fidelibus catholicorum vivis aquae defunctis ut mihi et iris proficiat ad salutem. Deum qui humanae substantiae dignitatem mirabilite condidisti et mirabilis reformasti. Da nobis spiritus atquae et vini mysterium eius divinitatis esse consortes qui humanitatis nostrae fieri dignatus est parteceps Deum Iesum Christum Filium, qui tecum vivit et reinat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Offedimus, tibi Deum calicem salutaris tuum deprecantes clementium, ut conspecto divinae maiestatis tuae pro nostra totius mundi, salute cum adore suavitatis ascendat. In spiritu unitatis et in animo contrito suscipiamur a te Deum Iesum Christum, et sic fiat sacrificium nostrum in conspecto tu hodie, ut placeat tibi Deum matronam nostrae et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Veni sanctificator. Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, et sanctificita blata prosequendo, et accapere hoc sacrificium tuo sancto nomini praeparatum. Suscipe Sancta Trinitas oblationum con tibi afferimus, amamorem passionis, resurrectionis et ascensionis, Deum Iesum Christum, et in honorem Deum matronam nostrae, et Papa Peter Sanctorum, et Istorum et Omnium Sanctorum, ut idis proficiat ad honorem nobis aud ad salutem. Et idi pro nobis intercedere dignentur in caelis, coram amorem agimus in tedis per innum Christum Deum nostrum. Orate, ut meum aquestum sacrificium acceptabile fiat apud Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Suscipiat Deum Iesum Christum sacrificium de manibus tuis, ad laudem et gloriam nominis sui, ad utilitatem quoque nostram totiusque ecclesiae suae sanctae. Deum vobiscum, quoque apud sursum corda. Habemus ad Deum, gratias agamus Deum nostrum, dignum et justum est. Te igitur limites mi mater et pater, Deum maternum nostrae, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per Deum Iesum Christum Filium tuum, Deum nostrae, supplices rogamus ac petimus. Uti accepta, habeas, et sanctificas, hec sanctam sacrificium ilibata. In primis quae tibi offerimus pro ecclesiam tuam sanctam catholicam, quam pacificare, custodiri, adonare et regere digneris toto orbi terrarum atque catholicae. Memento Deum familorumque tuorum. We pray for the sick and the suffering. We pray for Katie and Gage, Mindy, Clarette, Neil and Earl Lively, Maria Josephina Mose, Mark Jr., Henry, Benedict, and Barbara Santa Croce, Alex Tafour, Casey, Mr. Nobody, Anne Bultink, the Cantu and Duarte families, Maria and the Lineweber family, John Cahill, the Dosco, Nye, Tafour, and Began families, and the Wolf families. We pray for Mr. Nobody to receive the funding and strength needed to complete the first Sedevacantist Catholic Council office in Monastery of Illinois. We pray for an end to all governmental allowance or sanctioning of abortion, transgenderism, transhumanism, child trafficking, child abuse, child ritual sacrifice of any kind, anywhere, place, or time. We pray for the establishment of a Catholic monarchy with a sound Catholic system of labor, human value, and medium of exchange. We pray for courageous men to step forward as leaders of this Catholic society. And let's begin by eliminating the IRS. We ask that all quote-unquote gay marriage be banned, that all pornography and the OnlyFans platform be stopped immediately and forever, and that heavenly or Trinitarian Theophany like femininity return. We ask that all particle accelerators, gateways, and portals be permanently closed and shut down, and to send all demonic entities back through and back to hell. We pray for wisdom on how to grow natural foods and raise natural animals and share them with our neighbors, the products, the produce. We ask for the conversion of all sinners trapped in a state of mortal sin, especially the ignorant. All this we ask in accordance with the Trinitarian Theophany's holy and divine will. Et omnium circumstantiam quorum tibi fidis, cognita est nota devotio, pro quibus tibi offerimus, vel qui tibi offrant hoc sacrificium laudis proces visque omnibus, pro redemptione animarum suarum, pro spe salutis et incolamitatis suae, tibique redunt vota sua aeterno Deum vivo et vero, communicantes et mamonem venerantes in primis gloriosae, semper Dei matram nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et beatorum martyrium tuorum, Papae Sancti Petri, et Sancti Lucia, et Sancti Jacinta, et Sancti Francisco, et Sancti Juan Diego, et omnium sanctorum tuorum, quorum meritis praecibusque concedas, ut in omnibus protectionis tuae muniamur auxilio per innum Christum Deum nostrum, quam oblation unto Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum in omnibus, consecratum acceptabilem quae facere digneris ut nobis corpum, et sanguim fiat didictissimi Filium Tuum Deum Iesum Christum, qui pridiequam pater etur, accepit panem in sanctus ac venerabilis manus suas, et derivatis oculis in caelum a te Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum suum omnipotentem tibi gratias agens, consecravit, fregit, dedique luminis sui dicens accipite et manducate ex hoc omnes. Hoc est enim corpus meum. Simini modo postquam ceremonia est, accip inser hunc praeclarum, calicem in sanctus ac venerabilis manus suas item tibi gratias agens, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, consecravit, dedique luminis sui dicens accipite et bibite ex omnes. Hic est enim calix sanguinis mei mysterium fidei, quae pro nobis et pro multis effundetur in remissionem peccatorum, haec quotes cumque feceritis in meum hominum facetis. Unde et memores Deum nos servitui, sede plebs tua, sancta justem Christum Filium Tuum Deum nostrae, tam beatae passiones nec non et ab inferis resurrectionis, sed et in caelos gloriosae ascensionis afferimus praeclare maiestati tuae Dei tuis donis ac datis, supra quae propitio ac sereno vutu respicieri digneris. Supplices te rogamus, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, iubi haec pefere per manus tuum ut quod ex hoc altaris participatione sacrosanctum Deum Filium Tuum, corpus et sanguinem sum sedemus, omni sanctificatione, caelesti et gratia repamor pedinum Christum Deum nostrae. We pray for those who have died. We especially pray for Raymond Dasco, for whom this Mass is being offered. Ipsis Deum et omnibum in Christum quiescentibum locum refecerii lucis et pacis ut indulgeas deprecamur per iendum Christum Deum nostrum, per quem haec omnia Deum Iesum Christum semper bona creas, sanctificas, vivicas, consecratis et praestas nobis. Per ipsum et cum ipso et in ipso, est tibi Deum Matrum omnipotenti in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, omnis honor et gloria. Ave Dea, Matronam Nostrae, gratia plena Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum tecum. Dea Matronam Nostrae, Materam Deum Iesum Christum, misericordia nobis, peccatoribus nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Libera nos, quaesimus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, ab omnibus malis, praeteritis, praesentibus et futuris, et intercedente beata et gloriosa semper Dea Matronam Nostrae, cum Papa Petrum Sanctorum et omnibus sanctis, da propitius pacem in diebus nostris, ut ope misericordiae Tuae aduiti et peccato, simus semper liberi et ab omni perturbatione secori. Per iendum Deum nostrum Iesum Christum Filium Tuum Deum nostrum, qui tecum vivit et regnat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per aeternam, pax Deum Iesum Christum sit semper vobiscum et quoque apote, haec commixtio et consecratio corporis et sanguinis Deum Iesum Christum fiat accipientibus nobis in ad salutem aeternam. Pax tecum et quoque apote. Deum Iesum Christum, qui ex voluntate Deam Matronam Nostrae, qua prante Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per mortem Tuam unum vivicasti, libera me per hoc sacrosanctum corpus et sanguinum Tuum ab omnibus iniquitatibus meis, et una versis malis, et fac me Tui semper inharare mandatis, et a Te numquam separare permittas, qui cum eodem Deum Matronam Nostrae et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, vivis et regnam aeternam. Perceptio corporis Tui Deum Iesum Christum, quod ego indignus sumere, praesumo non mihi proveniat in judicium et condemnationem, sed pro Tua pietate prosit mihi ad tutamentum mentis et corporis, et ad me delam, percipiendam, qui vivis et regnas cum Deum Matronam Nostrae, in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. In panem caelestem, accipiem et nomen Deum Iesum Christum, invocabo. Deum Matronam Nostrae non sum dignus, ut intercedete meus in tanto verbo et senabatur anima mea. Deum Iesum Christum non sum dignus, ut intercedete meus in tantum verbo et senabatur anima mea. Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum non sum dignus, ut intercedete meus et tantum verbo et senabatur anima mea. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima meam. quid retribuam Deum Iesum Christum. Pro omnibus quae retribuit mihi, calicem salutaris accipiens in nomine Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum invocabo, laudans invocabo Deum matronam nostrae, et ab inimicis meis salvus ero. Sanguis Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima mea. Quod sumus Deum Iesum Christum piamente capiamus et immunere tempore fit nobis remedium sempiternum. Corpus tuum Deum Iesum Christum, quod sumpsis et sanguis quem portavi ad haereat visceribus meis et praestat, ut in me non remaniat, scelerum macula quem purat sancta requieret sacramenta. Deum vobiscum, et quoque apote, oremus. May the prayer of thy suppliants profit the souls of thy servants and handmaids, we beseech thee, O Trinitarian Theophany, that thou mayest free them from all sins and make them sharers in thy redemption, who livest and reignest with thee, one divine family, forever and ever. Deum vobiscum, et quoque apote, ite mise est. Deum gratia. Placet tibi sancta Trinitam obsequium servitutis meae, et praesta ut sacrificium coroculis tuae majestatis igninus autoritibus et acceptabile mihi quet omnibus, pro quibus irut optoliciti miserante propitiabile per Christum Deum nostrum. Sanctificat vos omnipotens Deum, Matronam et Filium et Spiritum Sanctum. Deum Matronam nostrae et Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gratias. O Trinitarian Theophany, I believe, I venerate, I hope, and I love thee. I beg of thee pardon for those who do not believe, do not venerate, do not hope, and do not love thee. Most Holy Trinitarian Theophany, Deum Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. I venerate thee profoundly, and I offer to thee the most precious body, blood, soul, and divinity of Deum Iesum Christum present here in reparation for the outrages, sacrileges, and indifference by which he himself is offended. And through the infinite merits of his most sacred heart and the immaculate heart of Dea Matronam Nostrae, I beg of thee the conversion of poor sinners. In nomine Dei Matronam Nostrae et Deus in Christum et in Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. That concludes today's Mass. Please go and sanctify all those who you meet today. We'll see you tomorrow, and hope you all have a great day. Thanks.